What's up, guys? Just a quick heads up that the music was blocked in this video due to copyright, so I have muted the audio. However, I have provided a link to the song in the description, so you can open a new tab and listen to the song alongside with my reaction. Or you can just join me on Patreon for unedited footage. But for now, enjoy the video, guys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Hope that you're having a lovely, fantastic, beautiful, sunny, or rainy if you prefer it, day. Today we are listening to King Crimson, continuing our album listen of Red. Today we're going to listen to One More Red Nightmare. So, this song I've heard, but I heard it live when I saw King Crimson a little bit back ago. So I will probably recognize it when I listen to it here, but I'm not going to know like all the parts, you know? It's like when you see a show live and you hear a song for the first time, especially live, when you're really like just caught up in the ambience of it all. Like you might remember a little bit, but you're not going to remember like how the song goes. But this will be like a review, not necessarily a first listen or anything like that. Now, I only know that I heard this song, especially when I saw them live, because part of the song they kept on saying one more Red Nightmare, which I recognize the name of the song because I've seen it pop up in the comments every once in a while. So I was like, oh, this must be that song everyone's talking about. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're having a fantastic time. Let's do it. This is King Crimson with One More Red Nightmare. Man, they cut it right off right at the end. Kind of like Pull Me Under from Dream Theater. Okay, so as soon as the riff began, I immediately recognized it. I immediately, man, this is how crazy nostalgia work, okay? I already have nostalgia for the concert. As soon as the riff began, it put me right back there. Seriously, right back in my little seat there, just chilling out that night. That was a fantastic night. Man, that seriously brought me back a little bit. Okay, instantly recognizable riff. So dirty and heavy. I mentioned it before, but King Crimson just has a certain way with their heaviness, with their sound. It's heavy and it's dark, but it's not like metal heavy. You know, it's like heaviness with finesse. With a little bit of finesse. Whose finesse? Fripp's finesse. The bass is dirty as well and very dark. And at the same time, it's very jazzy. No doubt, especially with the saxophone, who here is being played. Let's see, this is One More Wed Nightmare. One More Wed Nightmare. Talk about an unfortunate groom. Ian McDonald. Ooh. Okay, so Ian McDonald from the original lineup is returning to play the saxophone here. So that's actually really cool. What a special way to end the first side of the album here. And I mean, duh, he plays phenomenally, right? And then the drumming in the beginning, in the spaces left in between the riffs, that's really cool because, of course, it leaves room for creative fills and that kind of thing. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Obviously, Bill Bruford did fantastic in the drumming. It was always fun to listen to. That's something you can always expect out of Bruford's drumming. It's always fun and interesting to listen to. And if it is your first listen, maybe even if it isn't, it always leaves you curious as to what he's going to do next, you know? Now, can I just say, I had a random thought while I was listening to all the drumming in here. I said, you know who I would have loved to hear drumming on this? Palmer from ELP. I wonder if he's ever covered, I don't know, maybe he's covered King Crimson? I don't know. For some reason, I was just thinking, how cool would it be to hear Palmer covering a song like this? Anyway, what else? The vocals, fantastic. I think the lyrics and the story is hilarious. He's, as far as I can tell, he's basically having a nightmare of being on a plane, experiencing turbulence. I'm sure a lot of people are afraid of flying. I've been on a flight or two that almost made me afraid of flying. And he wakes up at the end on a bus. So I think that's hilarious. And I'm assuming that the song being called One More Red Nightmare, red because perhaps it was the red eye. And that's why he was asleep on the bus. Maybe it was nighttime, so he was dreaming at night. That's what I'm getting out of it, at least. I think that this would be a pretty decent song to introduce someone into the band as well. Because I don't feel like it's extremely abstract at all. I don't feel like it's overly long. You know, there's nothing necessarily that would take a new listener out. But I do feel like there's a lot that would draw them in. You know, especially maybe if they're into like jazz a little bit. Because this does have a very dark, melancholic, jazzy vibe, in my opinion. Like a nighttime skyline in a city, you know? Let's talk about the lyrics on this one. Pan American Nightmare, 10,000 feet, fun fare. Immediately, you've thrown up into the airline. Convinced that I don't care, safe as houses, I swear. I'm sure that's what they're telling him. I was just sitting, musing the virtues of cruising, when altitude dropping, my ears started popping. One more red nightmare. Sweat beginning to pour down my neck as I turned round. I heard Fortune shouting, get off of this outing. A farewell swan song, see? You know how turbulence can be. The stewardess made me, but the captain forbade me. Like, he wanted to get off the flight. He didn't care. He wanted to get out of there. And everybody's like, nah, you sit right where you are. Reality stirred me. My angel had heard me. The prayer had been answered. A reprieve had been granted. The dream was now broken, though rudely awoken. Really safe and sound, asleep on the Greyhound. That was his angel waking him up was just waking up. A totally different scenario. Back to reality. Back on the ground. And more specifically on the Greyhound. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the track. Hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much as always for being here. You can follow me on Twitter, join me in the comments, and support the channel on Patreon. But for now, have a fantastic day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.